perfect matchup, a boxer against a puncher. Sandoval against Canizales.
Let's send things up now to ring announcer Chuck Hull.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Caesars Palace Sports Arena, where tonight Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Caesars Palace, presents The Fights, an evening of championship boxing. Your referee for the opening bout of the evening is Carlos Padilla. 15 rounds of boxing for the WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing, in the blue corner, fighting out of Laredo, Texas, weighing 116 1/2 pounds, with a professional record of 32 wins, 2 defeats, and 25 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger, Gaby Canizales. And in the red corner, from Pomona, California, weighing 117 3/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career, 29 wins, 17 KOs. The WBA Bantamweight Champion of the World, Richie Sandoval.
You know the rules of boxing. Avoid using any kinds of foul. Don't throw any punches during the break. Chief seconds, you will be responsible for any misbehavior of assistant seconds. And don't put too much grease, okay? Seconds, come out fighting.
Sandoval in the black trunks, and in the white it is Gaby Canizales. The #1 contender Canizales, and the champion, of course, Richie Sandoval.
Al, Canizales facially reminds me a little bit of Roberto Duran.
And equally as aggressive, and you see him come right out with a 2-punch combination. Canizales, a 28-year-old from Laredo, Texas, expects to take the action to Richie Sandoval, and he hopes Sandoval will stay there with him. Good right by Canizales.
Sandoval's going to have to keep that left hand working overtime, Al. Can't stay in front of this kid and punch with him.
And indeed, Richie using the jab early. They're both good body punchers, especially Canizales.
I'm amazed at the way Sandoval has been able to come down in weight. Al, I watched him box with Paul Gonzalez in LA. He was about 130 pounds.
Wow.
And that wasn't so long ago. I don't think it's good to take that much weight off in so short a time.
And the reminder, he came in at 117 3/4. It's cold out here, make no mistake about it, somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 degrees. There are hot TV lights over the ring, but that isn't going to have as much an impact as you might think. It's still chilly out here. Not much movement from Sandoval so far. Are you surprised, Gil?
Yes, I am. I think he's using more lateral movement against the banger like this. But again, he keeps that left jab in Canizales' face, and that scores points, Al.
Halfway through round 1, it's scheduled for 15. Again, the left hook by Canizales, and that punch has been there in the first round. Jab by Sandoval.
Combination by Canizales.
Good lead right hand. Again by Canizales.
He
hurt Sandoval with that one.
He has him hurt, Al.
There goes Richie Sandoval down in the first round. The champion has been decked.
And he is hurt, Al. His legs are rubber right now.
Sandoval has been down before. I've seen him down by Javier Barajos for one. He's in some trouble.
He's hurt this time, Al.
40 seconds left in the
Nailed
first
again.
round. Canizales looking to finish Richie Sandoval early.
Throwing beautiful short punches, Al. Snapping his punches.
Sandoval trying to survive a rocky first round. Will he do it?
Nailed
Again.
Izquierda por fuera.
Round 1, a nightmare for Richie Sandoval. And it's ended. We go to his corner. Let's listen.
You gotta move, baby. You gotta move.
You know, you can't be standing in there with him. That's what I told you. Don't go into that trap. You gotta move.
Woke me up, son.
All right.
That's what I needed.
The top come off. Put the top on.
Come on, baby. You gotta do it, Richie. You're the man. You're the champ, Richie.
Look at the goose. You gotta move, baby. You gotta move. You can't back him. You can't stay in there. Back him. He's gonna come out for you. You can't let him get set. You either gotta get off or move. Make him reach for you.
Yeah.
Make him reach, or else he'll come right and beat him with a punch. Okay? But don't let him get set, baby.
You're the champ, Richie. You're the champ. What are you doing, Richie? You gotta move, baby.
The voice of Tony Serta, and boy, they told him what you had said at the beginning. He's got to move.
Well, Al, I think it's what you had said at the beginning. You picked up the fact that he was standing still, and I just told you he should be moving from side to side. Anyhow, we picked it up right away.
Somebody did anyway. In any case, we hope Richie Sandoval picks it up, or at least his corner does. Good round, obviously, for the challenger. He's highly motivated in this fight. He is wailing away with combinations. Still no movement from Sandoval.
I can't believe what Sandoval said. He said, that's what I needed to wake me up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to need anything like that, Al.
Sandoval, 25 years old, from Pomona, California, has defended his title only twice in the last couple of years. He's in there with the #1 contender, and he's finding Canizales a tough man to deal with.
Al, at the end of the last round, Sandoval was really rocky when he went back to his corner. It looked like he was walking on a boat.
Had a hard time finding his corner, too. Good left hook. Sandoval's hurt again. Canizales hurt him with a good left hook. What about the defense of Canizales, Gil? It's excellent.
Excellent defense, hands up, wings his punches and gets back in good position right away. Very impressive. And Sandoval, until he gets hurt, all he does is use that left hand out.
Three-punch combination by Canizales.
The other guy's punching in combination. Sandoval's using one hand. It's one gun against two.
The lead right misses, but that's been there several times for Canizales. A horrendous start for champion Richie Sandoval. Halfway through the second. This one's scheduled for 15, but it shows no signs of wanting to go that far.
That seems to be Sandoval's entire offense, just that stiff jab, Al.
Well, he's got a good right hand and a good left hook, but we haven't seen it. Again, the uppercut from Canizales.
I still think I'm looking at a little Roberto Duran in that.
And he does, very reminiscent of his style. Of course, we've seen Canizales many times before. He is an aggressive fighter. Good straight right, and again, the left hook behind it by Canizales. But still no movement from Sandoval.
Finally, a straight right hand from Sandoval. Even though it didn't land, it will get Canizales' attention.
Couple of good left hooks. Now remember, Richie Sandoval has been a slow starter in other fights. I mentioned he'd been down against Javier Barraos, also went down against Alonso Gonzalez, came back to win both those fights. But Gaby Canizales may be a whole different story.
And you have to remember how this fight is scored on points. And he's behind a lot of points right now.
Certainly a 10-8 round in the first one, and he's losing this round pretty big also. That'll do it for round two. First, Richie Sandoval's corner. Any change in instructions? We'll see.
Be nice and deep. You gotta roll them combinations. You gotta put them together, okay? You gotta put them combinations together. Don't stand right there in front of me, okay? Put combinations together.
Put your combinations together, Richie.
Right here.
We move into Gaby Canizales' corner.
Tápalo con velocidad tantito y luego lo agarras otra vez igual. No quieras a puro cañonazo, no. Trabaja un ratito en velocidad y luego al ratito lo vuelves a agarrar. ¿Me entiendes? Pero tápate con velocidad. Tú tienes más velocidad que él. Trabaja tu jab, tu jab, tu jab. Busca la derecha al centro.
Even if you don't understand Spanish, you can understand jab, jab, jab.
What he said, Al, he says, go out there, knock him down, and win the fight.
Yeah, okay, Gil. We're headed into round three. Canizales in the white trunks, 28-year-old from Laredo, Texas. In the black, the champion, from Pomona, California, Richie Sandoval.
You know, Al, after the first round, they told Sandoval to move. He didn't move. Now, after this round, they told him to throw combinations. Let's see if he throws the combinations. See, it's okay to tell a fighter what to do, but he has to go out and do it.
So far, Richie Sandoval has not been able to follow through on those instructions. Could it be, Gil, that the weight loss has robbed him of the strength to move?
Well, I was very surprised, as I say, Al. For a kid in this weight class, for a kid to take off 10 pounds, that's like a bigger guy's taking off like 25 pounds in a month. Took off an awful lot of weight in a short period of time, and he doesn't look strong at all.
Lead right lands again for Canizales.
I like the way he came back with that left hook, Al. That's a well-trained fighter. Sandoval has a little bruise under his left eye. It looks like it could bust open at any time.
The lead right has been there all night so far for Canizales.
Well, Sandoval is standing dead still. Has his hands up using his jab, but he's not moving his feet.
Past the halfway point here in round 3. It's scheduled for 15 for the WBA Bantamweight Championship. Again, the combination punching of Canizales.
Again, Al, he has two hands, Sandoval. He's only using one. The other kid's using two.
Canizales told me this week, my time has come. I lost my first title bid. I wasn't ready. Chandler was too good a boxer. I'm ready now, and boy, so far he has shown it.
Píntalo, Gaby, píntalo.
This is not the Richie Sandoval that I know, Al.
Certainly he performed much more brilliantly in beating Chandler for the title back in 1984.
Look at that beautiful combination by Canizales. Beautiful.
Cuts, and Sandoval is stunned again. This is just what Gaby Canizales wanted.
And Sandoval is telling him, come on, come on.
Vivo, vivo, vivo.
You can go too far with that macho, Al.
Richie Sandoval has never lost. He is 29-0 with 17 KOs.
And a great amateur record, Al.
Tremendous. He won. He would have been an Olympian in 1980, but for the boycott. He feels that robbed him of notoriety and money. And right now, Gaby Canizales would like to rob him of the title.
That left eye is getting to look more angry all the time. There's that right hand right on it again.
Round 3 is history. Tony Serta will talk to Sandoval.
Give me that bucket.
Be nice and deep. Be nice and deep. Put his mouthpiece. Wash his mouthpiece.
Watch him not to you.
And in the last round, Richie Sandoval certainly took some
punches.
punches, and Gil here is a classic example of it.
Look at the way that kid puts those punches together. Beautiful combinations. There's a 6, 7, 8 punch combination, Al.
And nothing from Sandoval. He was trying to protect himself. So far, the best performance Canizales could have. Tim?
Al, I'm watching in the corner here, Richie Sandoval. They have a slight cut over the, just under the right eyebrow that they're attending to. And also that little bruise under the left eye has also broken open, as Gil suggested it was about to. That's less serious, obviously, because it will bleed below the eye, but he has a slight cut over his right eye.
All right, we head into round 4. And in addition to everything, the cuts and bruises that Tim detailed could cause some problems for Sandoval.
The thing that makes this very tough for Sandoval is if he gets way behind on points, Al, he's really not known as a big puncher. He just doesn't figure to hit Canizales on the chin and get him out of there with one punch. So he has to stay in the fight.
And in fact, in his last 4 fights, all non-title fights, he's won all by 10-round decisions. Canizales continues to put the pressure on Richie.
Márcalo, márcalo, Gaby, márcalo. Seguido, 2-3, hombre.
And a reminder that coming up next, Tommy Hearns against James Schuler for the NABF middleweight title. That one, of course, promises to be a good one, as this one has been. There's the jab of Sandoval, but he's got to do something off it, doesn't
Al, he has that educated left jab. There's no denying that. But as you suggest, he's going to have to put something behind it. Just throw a straight right hand, and he does throw a nice straight right hand. But he has to use it more often. He has to get Canizales respect, and so far he hasn't.
Good left to the body. We mentioned that Canizales is a fine body puncher, as is Sandoval when he's on, but tonight has not been one of his better performances thus far.
Well, it's tough to get nailed early, Al. Sometimes it takes you a couple of rounds to get over it. You see, Canizales can throw a lead like that and miss it. He doesn't have to pay for it. When Sandoval makes him miss a punch like that, he should be countering.
Canizales now even winning the battle of the jabs on occasion, and of course that is one of the big punches in Sandoval's arsenal. A minute left to go in the fourth round. It's been a mirror image of the first three, with Canizales doing most of the good work, although Sandoval has had some better moments in this round.
Well, they just threw a combination in, Al, and the judges, a lot of times with Sandoval wins rounds like this. He just keeps pumping that left hand, at the end of the round. He's got a round in the bank.
Lead right, misses that time. You can feel Sandoval getting into the rhythm of this fight a little bit more.
By far his best round in a fight. But he steps with that jab. He should be easy to counter. If Canizales slips that jab, he should be able to hit him with a hook.
That'll do it for round four. And we're going to head into Tommy Hearns' dressing room, apparently.
Well, Al, we'll see Tommy Hearns having his hands wrapped. He's up next against James Schuler. WBC Super Welterweight Champion Thomas Hearns, a record of 40-2, 34 knockouts, fighting at the middleweight, challenging for the North American title held by James Black Gold Schuler. And of course, the entire motivation for Hearns, if he gets the victory, he gets another opportunity at Marvin Hagler, provided